And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. In this segment, we are catching up with the pride of Cardinal City, USA, San Bernardino High School. That is Alexander Madison. He will be back in town Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's got his I Am Gifted football camp and life skills camp Friday at Cardinal City. Then it switches over to Cal State San Bernardino. There's the flyer on your screen right now, so you can check that out. But Alex, he's a very busy guy. In fact, he is with the Vikings right now. They had OTAs, and that'll go right into mini camp. And I have to ask him about returning to his roots and going number 2 again for the Minnesota Vikings. So we are thrilled to have Alexander Madison on the show right now. And Alex, we will get to the camp. I promised you that. But I did want to ask you about going to number 2 this upcoming season with the Minnesota Vikings. I guess if you're a local football fan here in San Bernardino, it's not a big shock because he used to be number 2, right? Now you're kind of just going back to what you used to wear. Is that safe to say? Is that correct?
Yeah, going back to the roots, man. It's been a process and trying to see if it'd be possible, and we finally cracked the code, and they let me switch back to the 2, man. It started off with North San Bernardino Cowboys when I was 6 years old, rocking number 2, and that's where the dream all started, and I'm living out that dream now. So it's awesome to be living it out right back in that 2.
That's so awesome, man. And listen, I appreciate your time. I know you're very busy with the OTAs and the mini camp coming up, and of course your camp back here, back home. And Alex, I got to say, a lot of folks have actually asked me, oh, when, is Alex, doing the camp, and when is it? And so there's a lot of, people excited about this camp, and now it's 3 days, San Bernardino High School, Cal State San Bernardino. I know you're tied in with, obviously your I Am Gifted. I can see it on your hat right there. Can you kind of explain why you want to make your camp more than just, football drills, more than just here's how you catch a football, here's how you throw it, here's how you block and all that stuff? It's much more than that for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's much more than that. It's a movement. I Am Gifted. We're all about trying to just provide people the opportunity to really explore the gifts that they have within and unlock the potential that they have within. And that's why it's a lot much more than just football. If I didn't play football, I knew that, I would use my gifts. I would find that to do something else. And I have a lot of different friends and teammates that who may not be playing football now, but are using their gifts in a way to shed some light in the world. So we want to encourage these kids, that football is a tool to use to get a higher education, to continue to learn those skills of discipline and hard work. But it shouldn't be the end goal if that's not what life has for you. So just providing that information and then emphasizing mental health and financial literacy is something that I'm really passionate about, because in today's world, mental health is starting to be more accepted and talked about more, but it's just not talked about enough. There's not enough resources out there, especially for the youth. So we want to provide that information. We want to provide those resources and kind of just start that conversation and open up that vulnerability at a young age, where these young student athletes can learn how to not only process their emotions, but be vulnerable and be expressive in that sense, so that, mental health is not an issue as they transition into the next stages of their life.
And Alex, I think it carries a lot of weight because it's coming from an NFL star. You know what I mean? It's coming from you, and a lot of these kids at your camp, they're going to be San Bernardino kids or Rialto kids, Colton, Redlands, whatever. And they're going to look at you and be like, well, Alex did it, and he's giving me great advice. I should listen to this guy. And I think we talked about this before. I when I was a kid, I never went to camps that had someone that I could look up to, like from my hometown. Like, oh man, you know what? This guy did it. He had some of the same struggles I did. He made something of himself. Is that important to you? Like when you come back to your hometown to kind of relay that message to? I mean, the next Alexander Madison might be in your camp this weekend.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. Is coming back and really just showing these kids that you can do it. I was a kid in the same circumstances in the same city, grew up walking the same streets as some of these kids, and I want them to understand that it's not far-fetched. And that's why, me, along with some guys out of the IE are going to pop in. Dante Dion's supposed to be coming in. Got Sharice Wright. And then some, the local guys like Rayshawn Thomas, who's a boxer. And then Montre and Day Day, as you know,
Yeah.
these guys, John Williams, these guys are still, going through the process of, living out that dream, but, going to school and doing the right things and just putting themselves in the right position to live out whatever dream it is that they have in front of them. So yeah, I want these kids to be able to see that and reach their hands out and touch something that's tangible, not something that's super far fetched, because I came from the same thing that they are walking through right now every day.
All right, so Alex, on Friday we have the camp at San Bernardino High School, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's for like the younger guys, but you also have the high school kids coming in as well. And yes, you will learn these life skills as well, but you're going to give them some good football knowledge as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. We want to tie in, athletics with life off the field. But we want to make sure you guys, understand that, we are looking at some of these kids, and there might be some prizes at the end that could incentivize these kids to give it their all out there. Give them the combine like experience where they can get real laser times and really get out there and compete. That's one thing this game is awesome, is just you get to compete, you get to go out there and showcase your skills. And so we want to put on a showcase, let these kids show their gifts out there.
All right, Alex, what's something that you know now that you wish you would have known when let's say you were a sophomore or a junior or senior at San Bernardino High School? What do you know about football or about life now that you're like, man, if I would have known that, that would have unlocked so many different things?
Oh man, there's so much. Just really, I guess anything is possible. I had a lot of doubt in myself throughout that time. And it was a blessing to have scholarship offers come in and go off to Boise State. And if I really just understood that, I think I might have been able to take my game to a little bit of another level, just not holding myself back mentally. And that's where my passion for mental health came to, is just I didn't have those resources. I didn't have that knowledge about mental health to know, and get out of those dark places throughout the time. So I'd say, yeah, some good mental health practices, and just really not trying to be the savior, be the hero of, this story that was kind of written for me, and just be understanding that, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. And that probably would have lightened the load and helped me out along the way.
Yeah, I'd imagine there was a lot of pressure, trying to, in high school, trying to get the scholarship. And once you get to college, trying to, get to the NFL and, the draft and the combine and all that, all those eyeballs on you and trying to, prove something to everybody else, I suspect.
Yeah, definitely. And then, throughout that time, I had a great support system in my family and some, coaches and a lot of the leaders in San Bernardino who still, support me to this day. I think that's one of the things I could say I love about San Bernardino. We all support each other. We all look out for one another. And I think that's something that's going to be able to help us turn it around. And so that's why I want to make sure that I'm continuing to give back and just try and build up the youth, build up the community, and make some great things happen for the 909.
Alex, we love to hear it, man, and I always appreciate your time. Again, I know you're very busy. You're doing a lot of stuff off the football field, but now the football season's really ramping up for you too, with OTAs and mini camps, and of course coming back home and doing your camp. So again, guys, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alex, if people want to get more information, is there a website they can go to and get that?
Yeah, so it'll be on athletesforlife.org is the sign up and all the information there. And then, if you follow I Am Gifted on Instagram, I am gifted.2. And you follow me, Alex_Madison22. We're always posting stuff. We're always giving updates. So, yeah, hope you guys stay updated, tune in, and join the movement.
Awesome, man. That is Alexander Madison, the pride of Cardinal City, here on the show. Thanks again, Alex. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you as well, always.
Our interview with Alexander Madison. We will have video and interviews from his upcoming camp at San Bernardino High School and Cal State San Bernardino on the next edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG. And that's another reason to make sure you're subscribed to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we'll see you next time on Sports Weekly on IEMG.